In this quick video, I want to cover that the same people who mocked George Floyd's death, you only have to look at social media, look on Google and Bing, and look at the phrase, "I can't breathe," and you'll see people putting monkey, nostrils, etc. And some people even argue, well, if you can talk, you can breathe. These are the horrible, sentiments that people are leaving regarding Floyd George. Talk, you can breathe. In other words, you must suffer in silence and die without protest. These are what, the far right, were spewing. Now, over one death, Nigel Farage is calling it institutional or two-tier, over one death, and he's calling it two-tier. It's interesting that they don't use that same terminology when it's been happening to people of colour for so many years. They've been playing it down. They've been dumbing it down. Yes, suddenly he couldn't wait to seize the moment.
As we learn more and more about the devastating circumstances of Henry Nowak's death, the fact that Keir Starmer and Kemi Badenoch today took the opportunity to attack Nigel Farage for making those comments, for saying that we need a change of culture in this country and that racism, systematic, endemic racism against white people is as bad as any form of racism.
Argue that we're now living. Would he sit? There's a dog over there, so I'm going to mention keep it on my dog. Would he sit? Right, So what's happening? What's happening is now he couldn't wait to exploit, the tragedy, and even in the House of Commons, he was saying that, this is proof. Can we now admit? Kemi Badenoch would admit it, and Suella Braverman would admit it. It's interesting, over one life, and already he wanted to pretend that, we are living in this, two-tier system. It's because of one person, so one white life matter, more than anybody else. But what's interesting is that people now are using that to say, well, I have the right to carry a knife. And you got all these on TikTok, trending. People say, I have a right to carry a knife now. And all because of one incident. People now want to carry knives, and some are saying, well, I'm going to convert, to Sikhism. So I can do that. Right, I can do that. I have the right to do that. So just look at some of these videos, and share your views, because the Sikhs thought that they were allies. They thought that we were different. People wouldn't, target us or come for us. And the Sikhs are now getting their wake-up call. The Sikhs are getting their wake-up call now because one incident, and they're getting their wake-up call. They're now realizing that they were just being used. But let me know. I'm going to show you these videos, and let me know your sentiments. Let me know your feelings. Okay? Because would he sit? Right? Let me know your feelings, your opinions. Okay? Because I was quite shocked. I didn't expect it to just suddenly, go viral. I didn't know, just because of one incident, that it would blow up like this. It tells you that one white life, just one, and it can cause the whole Sikh community to be hated just because of one isolated incident. Yet, people of colour, notably black people, have been going through this for years, And nobody call it institutional racism. Nobody call it two-tier. But one white person, and immediately, you know, it's a two-tier. You know, because their lives matter. Let me know your opinion.
No special rules for Sikhs. No matter what your religion is, what you believe in or what it believes in, you should not be allowed to carry a knife in public in this country.
It feels like our country has abandoned us. It feels like our culture has been eroded.